Morning, everybody. It is 8:11 a.m. Keep on thinking it's August. Why am I saying August? September 10th. September 10th. Welcome to my channel. Now, the markets did have a little bounce yesterday, mainly in the overnight session, and then perfectly did. One of my short scenarios, my number one short scenario, played out perfectly yesterday. I'm going to be making a video of that. All right, those single prints were resistance, and we took care of the overnight longs and went right into demand. So that worked out pretty perfectly. I'm going to do a video on that. And the market kind of just balanced off yesterday after the bounce. All right. And it's doing its job, kind of just hanging out, um, moving a little sideways now. Why? CPI is tomorrow, right? Now, again, I've said this before. Generally, the market doesn't want to do too much before big data release like CPI tomorrow. But time after time, sometimes you get ahead of the number, or what happens is you break out and then de-risk. Um, I would say probabilities on the side of the range today, but again, who knows? It just you got to look at the market as probabilities. All right, everybody. So without further ado, welcome to my channel. My name is Steven Gonzalez. I use volume profile, market profile to find structure in the markets along with supply and demand, gamma exposure levels, the most traded price of the year, the month, the week, and the preceding day, along with anchor VWAPs, all help me give me my edge. That's my roadmap. It's how I find structure in the markets. Okay, and got little long-winded yesterday, but because I just like that trade off the open. Okay, new business was taking care of old business. The single prints acted as resistance. It all worked out great. Whoever was here with me saw it live. Okay, that first scenario literally worked to perfection. Even I could have went long, and I actually am in a trading community, and I actually was like, I'm gonna flip long if like the QQQ had 450 support, and so did Nvidia, which it did. And I wish I would have took that advice because it would have been two banger trades. But I can't complain. Good day, good day, good day. Now every day I hope you guys join me at 8:10 a.m. Have a cup of coffee, tea, driving your car like the entrepreneur Rosita does, and listen. Because what are you gonna get? You don't gotta look anywhere. You got the summary. I'll recap yesterday, right? Recap the previous day. Talk about news, economic calendar, the leaders and the laggards. All right, upgrades, downgrades. We go over daily charts, and then what do? We go over the main event is the market profile, the Nasdaq and the EQ futures analysis. The futures analysis. That's where I come up with my long and short trade scenarios. Okay, just like yesterday. All right, just like yesterday, and worked to perfection. Okay, so hopefully you guys can join me. All right, if you enjoy my content, smash the like button. All right, smash that like button for me. That'd mean a lot. All right, trying to build this channel. You can follow me on X at Gonzo719. All right, and you can always go to my YouTube Shorts to find out more detail on the day trades, and or my TikTok. All right, my TikTok's here, Gonzo719 Trader. I'm gonna do a new format um, coming up that you can only do. I think on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I believe it's called the carousel. So I'm gonna try to do a little more lengthy video where you can kind of swipe. I'm going to try to do one of those. I don't know how popular it is because it's not going to be very quick. So, but just detailing yesterday what I saw, and you guys who watched it live, obviously watched it live and know that it's basically what I said happened. It doesn't mean I'm a guru or a predictor. It's just probability. Okay, it's just being able to read the market using market profile. All right. Now, so why don't we get into the watch list and see what's going on today? And who we got leading here? 10-year yield, the leading. Interesting. That is up, which could mean bonds are getting sold. Okay. Now, oop, sorry. Sorry. Let's do this again. 10-year yield. Doing that silver up 0.50. Bitcoin just moved on me. Nasdaq's up 0.22. This is all moving on me real quick here. Bitcoin's up 0.22. Nasdaq's up 0.21. ES up 0.21. Russell's up 0.13. Gold up 0.12. Ether's up 0.08. Nothing really moving too big this morning. All right, dollar is pretty much flat, up 0.06. The Dow is flat. The VIX is down 0.15. We're under 20. Okay, we're under 20. 30-year bonds being sold a little bit, down 0.30. And crude. Ooh. Crude's down 1.43%. Remember, like I said, it's bottoming out. You get in the 60s. I'd have to look where the last time we were at $60 a barrel, like 60 even. We'll have to see. Okay, maybe we refill their strategic petroleum reserve at these prices. Who knows? Don't know, but I'm watching it. I'm watching crude. Okay, let's move on to the Max 7 Plus. All right, who's leading the pack here? Tesla. Tesla is up 1.56%. JP Morgan up 1.25%. Amazon's up 1.25%. Nvidia's up 1.16. Snowflake up 0.75. AMD up 0.67. All right, Coinbase up 0.66. All right, as we go down here, is there a laggard? Yes, Boeing down 0.38, and Apple. Apple had that event yesterday, and doesn't look like they're impressing anybody with the iPhone 16, their new iWatch, a bunch of stuff like that, integrating artificial intelligence. They don't seem like they're getting too much love right now. Okay, now moving on to the top sector stocks. What we got here? Well, we got Uber. Uber's up 0.42, followed by Morgan Stanley, Qualcomm. All right, that's only leaders there. And the laggards are Walmart, Exxon, and Goldman Sachs. Okay. Let's move on to the swing trade list. We got Oracle. Oracle, I believe, had earnings, but I could be wrong. But I know that their cloud services impressed. They're almost up 8%. All right, Baba's up 2.7, Lucid up 2.6, Chewy's up 1.97, Mara's up 1.64, Bank of America. So financials getting some love, but mixed here because Goldman Sachs is down, but JP Morgan is up, and Bank of America is up 1.57. GameStop's up 1.44. Supermarket Computers up 1.34. DraftKings up 1.08. Believe we got that upgrade. Dell, remember Dell is joining the S&P 500. They're up 1.04%. All right, and Riot up 1.03. Laggard. Let's go to the laggards here. We have GM down 1.9, Ford down 1.78, AstraZeneca down 0.96, Taiwan Semiconductors up down 0.50, TLT bond market down 0.31. Okay. Now, let's move on to the sectors, to the guts of the market. Okay. Leading the packs, the largest weighted sector in the market, S&P 500 is XLK, up 0.57. Followed by financials, followed by discretionary, that's your Amazon, your Tesla, your Home Depot, followed by semis, up 0.15. Now the utilities, and then the only laggard is energy. Now energy had a nice little move yesterday, and they're slightly down. All right, that's going to wrap up the watch lists. We can get right into economic calendars. Real light today. Real light. Let's look at that together. It's just super light. All right, today all we really got that's anything to know. API crude at 4:30. You have some other stuff, 1 stars here, but nothing. I mean, 3-year note. I mean, there's really nothing today. Okay, now tomorrow, main event CPI. So CPI will be in the thing. Now look, the headline CPI right here, we're looking for 2.6, a zero point 0.3 reduction from the previous reading. So that's significant, and core is looking to stay the same. Okay, so core staying the same, headline ticking down. So we'll have to see how the market handles this tomorrow. Tomorrow. All right, let's look at any more news here. Let's see. Let's see. Fed bar to unveil Basel plan after industry pushback. SpaceX launches billionaire private crew on milestone spacewalk mission. EU to trim proposed tariffs on Tesla. Okay. Other EVs from China. That's probably helping Tesla. Oracle shares jump as cloud growth fuels strong results. It's pretty much the headlines going on this morning. Google lost its fight against a 2.7 billion fine levied by EU antitrust regulators. Apple, the iPhone maker, lost its fight against an order by EU competition regulators to pay 14.4 billion. Okay. Now Boeing, remember they came to an agreement with the union workers, but now it says the plane maker has told suppliers it's delaying a key production milestone for its 737 Max by 6 months. What else we got? Why is Goldman Sachs down? You can tell us here. Financial firms' trading revenue will probably slip 10% in the third quarter because of sluggish conditions last month. There you go. That's why Goldman Sachs is weakened today. And other like Bank of America and JP Morgan are hot, right? Let's see what else. Let's see. So Alphabet, Piper Sandler cuts target price to 200 from 206, and then Apple got a target price raise from 285 to 300. All right, FedEx cuts target price from 350 from 360. Oracle is raised target from 160 to 172. Okay, looks like Nike's having a general annual shareholders meeting. All right, I think that's wrapping up that, right? The juice really didn't have anything to note this morning. We can go right into upgrades, downgrades. Let's go to upgrades. Let's just refresh it. All right. We got DraftKings upgraded to underperform to neutral. Oracle upgraded to market perform to outperform. Price target 175. All right, let's go to downgrades. Downgrades. We got Costco. Interesting. Got a downgrade from a buy to neutral. I mean, still the price target went from 860 to 890. That's about it there. Initiations. We got a lot of initiations today. Dell initiated at a neutral. Price target 120. GE initiated at outperform. Price target 201. And Ulta Beauty and Stryker to outperform. Price target 405. Ulta Beauty initiated at a sell. You don't see that too often. Initiated at a sell. Price target 300. Very interesting. Price target changes. I'll go to target raises first. Palantir target raised. Wow, $30 to $50. Oracle, a bunch of target raises here. Bunch of target raises here on that news, the cloud service. All right. What else we got? All right, now we'll go to target lowered. Let's see, target lowered. What is that? Lucid. What is that ticker? Not. That's Lucid Diagnostics. All right. All right. I think that does it for this. Like I said, Adobe earnings coming. Trying to think what else. Let's see. Let's go to here, and let's see if there's anything popped up that's anything to note. Let's see here. Just trying to see if anything's not really. Not really. I think we can move on. Let's move on to the daily charts. All right. All right, folks. Let's look at that SPY today. All right. So yesterday, look at that. Inside day. Inside day. Okay, inside. This is not bullish. It's more bearish. You're holding lower prices. All right. Um, what else to note here? So yeah, inside day. Now where are we at now? 547.80. Okay, 547.80. 547.80. Pretty much around yesterday's highs. Let's see yesterday's highs. What is that? Yeah, we're gapping up slightly. Okay, if you go by the close and the SPY, we're gapping up. But if you go by the high, which you do in futures, we're gapping up. All right. Now look, the 50-day moving average is at 549. 50-day moving average. We're below that. Okay, we're below that. Keep that in mind. All right. Let's look at the live look in futures. There you go. Look, you got some buying excess here. And this is a weak high here. We'll talk about that in market profile here, about 54.94. And you get a breakout here. You know, you got 9 EM8 daily, 50-day moving average and futures here, all above. Okay, you got supply right in here. So I would definitely think some selling would take place, some profit taking would take place in there, but who knows? You never really know. All right, let's go to Qs. All right, what did the Qs do? Inside day, inside day. Okay. Now, where's the Qs now? We're at 455.90. 455.90 is a little tiny gap up here. Okay, still inside this previous day on Friday. Okay, still inside. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, yeah, Friday. Let's look at the. Now you got just the Qs has a 461.72 100-day moving average. All right, that's been resistance. You're under the 50 to 20. Down here's a 200-day. Okay, remember XLK went through the 200-day, so did semis. So, and the anchor VWAP for the year. So, very interesting. Now, I really should put that on this chart here. Let me do that again. I'm going to put that on this chart here. I'm going to actually save that here so we can actually always have that on the chart. There's that anchored VWAP for the year right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save that now. So now we can always see that. All right, I should always have that on this chart. So there's the anchored VWAP from the beginning of the year. You notice that we hit it here, and now look. Okay, that's just the average buyer still getting paid from the beginning of the year. That's all that's telling us. So you go under that, oof, and stay under it. We haven't been able to do that yet. All right, we haven't been able to do that. All right, let's look at the live look of futures. All right, remember, you ignore the anchor VWAP in this scenario because this is a back adjusted contract. So we have kind of a weak low here, down here in the NASDAQ, okay? But still, we have a weak high here. All right, so we could, like I said, it's just like the ES. You can break out here. You have the supply right in here. Okay, 100-day moving average here. All right, so just have to see what we do. I mean, I wouldn't surprise me if we pushed up into here. Okay, also could reject in here. Okay, we just really have to see. All right, now I think we can move on to the triple-headed monster here, and that 10-year yield, which is interesting that it's up a little bit. All right, let's go to that swing low here to the left. Kind of pushing down here. We're only pushing up a little bit. All right, now the 10-year auction is tomorrow. So I would like a nice push up. I mean, I would love a push up to 4. I don't know how we would do that with the Fed going to cut rates soon. Maybe CPI number does that. I don't know. I don't know what would cause people to sell bonds. All right, but it may be a quick move up. I would love that. All right, let's move over to the second head, and that's the dollar. What's the dollar doing? The dollar's in a range here, folks. From about 101.82 to down to like 151. So we're in a range here. It's that swing low here. Haven't been able to break that. We're just hanging around here. We're really just hanging around. Okay. Now that VIX, still got an elevated VIX. We're at 1935. Let's see here. Let's see the VIX here. Came all the way up here to 23. As long as you stay above 16, that's a nice moving VIX. I mean, that's a nice moving market. I remember anything over of 16 VIX is a 1% expected move plus or minus in the S&P 500. Okay, remember this is 30 days out of fear. 30 days out of fear. All right. All right. I think that wraps up the triple-headed monster. All right. That wraps up the triple-headed monster. Now, let's go to main event. All right. The main event. I don't know who I got to me today. G-Man, maybe Rosita. I think of Mohammed and this Viking guy. I never saw that guy in chat yesterday. Maybe one of you guys are here and remember yesterday. And remember yesterday what I talked about. What's up, G-Man? So, new business before old business, right? Beautiful. So, we are going to recap that quickly. Remember I said I'm going to do a video. I've already started the video. I'm editing it. Oop. All right. Get my trusty marker out. Okay. Where's price now? Price is right here, 54.92. Okay. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk about, real quickly, what I talked about yesterday. Remember I said yesterday we're pretty much 100% net long, right? And I said this was the key level, right? I said this is the key level. And single prints, these were the single prints. Right? If I draw this box, all right, if I draw that box. Now if I break out yesterday's session, you're going to see this in my video coming up. Okay, if you break it out, you can see when we opened right here, we dipped down, we pushed up into those singles. So remember, this yellow box is singles. We got resistance, and the market wasn't that weak. And then boom, we flushed down. Where? To demand. To demand, and we popped up. And we broke the weak high. Here, we stayed above it, right? And then kind of like came back in. Late in the session, kind of came back in here. So, worked out to really perfection, actually. Really to perfection. Now, the volatility has got me, I mentioned in the video I'm going to make, the volatility has got me to make my size a little less. So, like, I got to get back into trading a larger size again because the volatility went down a little bit. I could have yesterday, think I had a 107% winner. It should have been more like a 207% winner. I'm not going to sit here and complain about it, but that was mainly because I was used to having buffer on my stops because of the volatility, and I could have literally made that size double. But that's where you adjust, right? I have to adjust for that. All right, let's get into the structure. What do we got here? We got our rolling volume profile here. Why does that look like that? Oh, all right, we got our rolling volume profile here. And this market, remember, most trader price of the week still up here in the RTH. This market needs to bring this lower. Candidate here is right here. The market dips down again and starts hanging out here. Now, it already did it in a 24-hour, right? If the RTH comes down here, that is bearish. Now, again, what is this market starting to do? It's starting to do the slingshot like I talked about. If this can't bring value down here, we're going to go right back up, okay, and wait for CPI. Don't know if that happens. Don't know. Okay, we still have a little bit of single prints left, and then we have these single prints above us. Okay. So, what else here? Just looking at levels. Now, we do have some key levels here. All right, we do have some key levels. We have a weak high, 54.93. You got single prints there. That is a weak high, 54.93. Confluence high, overnight low, RTH high, equal, equal. All right, that could break out now or later. That's one. Okay. Now the second one, you have overnight low. You have a poor low. So you basically got a double bottom in the overnight. So shorts got caught at bad location here. All right, and that kind of lines up with the value area low yesterday. Remember, value area, which is all here, is 70% of the trade. It's the meat of the trade. Majority of people trade it in that area. Okay, value area low is right here. So this is very important for bulls to defend here. You also got a demand zone here. Now, I had overlapping demand zone boxes, and I put a line here. All right, I put a line here. All right, so I don't make overlapping boxes. So this is demand actually in here. So that's why it's even more important to see bulls defend here. All right, that's the levels I'm paying attention to today. You know, it happens to be again the overnight high and the overnight low. Very important. Very, very important to this market. All right. So I think we can get right into scenarios here. Now, what I do see is I think my supply zone got beat, got beat, got taken out. Yep, right there. So I can get rid of that supply. All right, this is the overnight. Remember, Mocha Profile, all it is 30-minute bars. It's really all it is. Okay. So let's get into it. All right, let's get into it. Let's go right in for scenarios. Alrighty. All right, so it's pretty much locked in here. All right, let's talk about it. Now, a couple things I can also bring up here. All right, also bring up that I can see happening. All right, so I'm going to start right now actually with the bullish case. All right, because we got a higher low here, higher low here, higher low here. So that's one time framing. All right, higher low, higher low, higher low. Okay, remember, it came down hard. I'm kind of now balancing above this 50% level. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is you got the weak high. Sellers got to step up here. That's a breakout level. All right, that's a breakout level for us. Now, I don't chase. Okay, now here's the scenarios, and there's going to be kind of a bunch of them that will lean me towards taking a shot at this. Okay, now what do we have above us? Single prints, weak structure, all the way up to the most traded price of the week up here. Okay, around 55.35. Weak structure. Let's talk about that inverse elephant, right? Inverse elephant. Poor structure. Poor structure. Okay, so now that we know we have poor structure above us, that makes me excited if this market is really strong under the hood. Okay, so what would I like to see? All right, what I could see happening. All right, you break this, come up. I'm not in this. I'm not going to join that. You can come into this single prints. Okay, hit the month to date VWAP. Struggle there a little bit. Okay, and this is one of two things that are going to happen here. You're going to come back and test this week high, 54.93. You could test it, and that could be the launch point where you run right up into here and wait for FOMC. 50-day moving averages right here in futures. Now, what else can happen? Okay, you can also, what else can happen is we do a little thing like this, boop, come in. Now, where do you come into? The most traded price of yesterday, right here. Okay, and if that gets supported, that could be the move up as well. All right, that could be the move up as well. All right, now even with all that, even if, see, we're starting to break it right now. Even with all that, you could come down here, and I'm still. This is week to date VWAP here. All right, let's clean this up. You got those other scenarios. Even right now, we could do this. Come down here, take this out. Right now, what if we come here? Remember I said that's demand in a weak low. It's value area low from yesterday. There's a demand. There's week to date VWAP here. You could go like this, and start to make the move as well and come up. Okay. Now there is demand down here. I'll be honest with you. Would I be excited to be long down here? Probably not. Probably not. Okay. But just understand, we're higher low, higher low, higher low, and let's see. Now we're breaking this right now, and let's just see what it does. Let's see what it does. Okay. Now overnight inventory is not important today. There's the longs, there's the shorts. Not important. No edge there. Okay. Now let's talk about the bears view. Okay. Now remember, this is a weak high. This is getting broken right now, but I'm still going to put it here. Okay. Still needs to find acceptance over it to really be broken. Okay. Right there. Now, what do we have above us? Just like yesterday, right? Remember, inverse elephant, right? Poor structure is above us. Now, just like yesterday, if, there's a little push up. If, like yesterday, we come into here, and what could happen is you hit that month-to-date VWAP. Now, what that means, just so anybody doesn't know, from the start of this month, this is sellers are in control when it's red. Okay? When this is red, sellers are in control. As long as you stay below this, sellers are getting paid. Okay? So, in this case, if we went like this, and it turned green for a second, came back under it, and the single prints are causing resistance, oh boy, you can definitely make your way to here, to the most traded price. You break that, where we go next? We go to that week low. If you break this, boom, now you break in that value area low from yesterday. You're going to come down here, test yesterday's lows, come into this demand. Now, because of CPI, I could see us doing this and maybe coming back up. However, that doesn't mean that has to happen. We could definitely just power through this and go all the way down here. Okay? I'm really going to be watching this. Single prints, again, should not be resistant. You should cut through these if the market's really strong. It's all about the internals for me. All right, like I said in my video, I'm going to show you what I look at. Okay? What I look at. That's really what all I care about for a short. Hope that makes sense to everybody. Now, let's move on. Let's go to the NASDAQ. Alrighty. Let's look at structure. Alright, so NASDAQ is gapping up right here. Price is right there at 187.64. 187.64. Okay. The profile, pretty big one. Right? You got value area high here, all the way to value area low here. That's the meat of the rolling profile. We're inside that value. Okay. Now, yesterday, I was going to say we had a weak high here, but that's kind of been broken at 173.35. That was the overnight high in the real-time trading hour. Okay. Now you're getting a thinned out profile. Okay. And this supply zone is no longer. Let's get rid of that. Okay. That is no longer. All right. What do we have above us? Of course, a good old inverse elephant above us. These are single prints, weak structure from the past, right? Week to date VWAP right here. Month to date VWAPs right here. Notice the week to date VWAP. Look at that. It's been supportive in the overnight. Okay, so now we have a gap. Okay, so quickly this would be gap fill, and quick gap rules. You can gap and go. You can fail fill the gap and go. You can fill the gap and go. All bullish. Okay, once you go back into range, not so bullish. Okay, so we get that out of the way. That's our gap rules. Okay, now what is our levels to pay attention to? What is our levels? All right, so price. Now the most traded price of the 24-hour session is right here. That's 186.50. But still the most traded price of the RTH session is 190 up here. 190. Okay, so we're below, we're in the middle of that. Okay, now we're pushing up. We're pushing up. All right. Now, so what do we want to see here? So some levels here. This is a perfect week low here. See value area low, says VAL, right with the overnight low. Right with the monster level. Remember I talked about that monster level yesterday. I said, ooh, I wish this level wasn't here. This 185.44. This is the most traded price of the rolling year in this year. Huge level. We're holding it right now. I'm not saying that's bullish, but remember, that's the big line in the sand for the market, the macro market of the NASDAQ. You're above it, it's kind of like you're safe. You can take a breath, a sigh of relief. All right, you can be like, oh, all right, we're back over that. Below it, oh boy, start sweating again. Okay, so this is important now. Okay, over that level, holding over that level is, kind of bullish in the intraday setting. All right, but this area has got to be defended. Okay, now we have single prints all the way up here. 190 is still the most traded price of the week. What do we do if we go into these? Now, we go into it and it's resistant, that's bearish. But the market's strong, we could just go whoop right up there for CPI. For CPI. Okay. Now, you can see the most traded price yesterday was here, had a lot of volume in the overnight here. That also can be support as 200-day moving average as well. This can also come back down here and take off. Okay. That's what I'm looking at today. Now, let's go right into scenarios. Let's do it. All right, let's talk about the bull. All right. Talk about that bull. So we got gap fill here, 187.30. All right. This market's super strong. All right. I would like to see a push up a little bit. Maybe nip those singles and see what we do when we pull back. If we hold yesterday's highs like this and the market's strong, or the market, let's say, is in parity, but tech is leading, this could be the move that rips through those single prints, goes right to 190. Okay. And I would think if market internals are like parity, meaning like there's equal strength in the bears and the bulls, and even if we do this, come back in here and look, go to that 200-day moving average, the most traded price in the 24-hour session of the week, and most traded price of yesterday, we get support there. That also could be the launch point. Okay. Now, ultimate defense, like I said, is this week low here, 185.91, and the most traded price of the year right here. So I'll be honest with you, all this is bullish if we come into here staying above this level. Okay, staying above the 200-day, even if you come down here briefly and rip back up, you can take some of this froth off. Okay, now short side, very similar to the ES. It's all about the single prints up here. It's all about this month-to-day VWAP, which is at right now 189.06. What do we do if we take? Now, to me, it doesn't have to get to the month-to-day VWAP. All right, what do we do? It's going to be really key. If the market's like mild, like parity, and we come in here and we reject, oh, I'm going to be stalking shorts. Okay, that move's going to be not sustainable. You should not find resistance here. All right, so we could do something like this, push up. Let's say even we do get the gap fill and push up, and say we get one of these, boom, lower high, lower high. Oh, I'm going to be stalking. Okay, look to probably take some off a gap fill, and then we can make a quick run right to the most traded price of yesterday. Now this is the 200-day moving average, the week that they VWAP. This might be it for that move. But if we did take it out, boom, and we're dealing with this level, that's probably going to halt it, to be honest with you. I would maybe even see this, boop, and then come right back in here and wait for CPI. That's the only thing I'm probably going to be interested in a short if that happens. Okay, so I'm really open today. I'm not like, oh boy, I'm really liking one or the other. All right, that is going to be it. That is the scenarios, folks. Hope that all made sense to everybody. Okay, hope it all made sense. And so we got our plan, folks. It's all gonna be judged on, for me, internals, under the hood. What do the guts look like, right? What's XLK and semiconductors doing? Communications. What are they doing? Are we still weak? Is Google falling out of bed? What is going on with the internals? Okay, that's going to drive this because I am real open today. I'm open. I'm like water. All right, so we got our plan. All right, we got our plan, and like I said, I'm working on that video. So hopefully, if you're new today, I don't know who's watching. Please subscribe, set an alert. I want to at least hit 200K. 200, 200, not 200K. I would die for 200K. 200. All right. I'm hoping I'm giving golden nuggets here. I know I am. I know I am. It's just a matter of comprehending all what I'm saying because I understand this is like hieroglyphics. All right, going into a cave and going, what the hell do these people draw? What it is the drawings mean? I understand that because I was like that. I used to look at this and go, I don't know what the hell this guy's looking at. But then you dive in and you start to learn, and it's a beautiful thing because then you got your roadmap every day. Okay, all right. So hopefully you enjoyed this content. Give me a thumbs up, smash that like. All right, you can also follow me on X at Gonzo719, and like I said, I do my day trades, my details, why I took them. Of course, go to my TikTok, Gonzo719 Trader, or my YouTube Shorts. All right, all right. So please take a look at those. Take a look at those. And remember, my friend, the inverse elephant. Today it's the inverse elephant. Usually it's a toothpick holding up an elephant, which is poor foundation, right? We got to talk. I gotta think about another way to inverse that. Either I'm gonna inverse that elephant, or I'm gonna think about something else that goes up quick. I gotta think about it. Maybe someone can give me an idea, and then I'll put it in there. All right. So everybody, that is it. Everybody, stay green. Remember, CPI tomorrow. This could be a range-bound market. All right. De-risking for tomorrow's news at 8:30 a.m. All right. Everybody have a great day. I'll see you better tomorrow.